Welcome back to The Cellar. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to The Cellar. Here on today's video, I'm going to be doing something a little different. I have done, I think, one trailer reaction in the past, and it was actually for Alien Romulus, the teaser trailer, and I had a lot of fun doing that. And I know that I typically cover stories of true crime and horror and scary stories and survival stories and horrible fates, all that good stuff. But I'm also a huge fan of all things horror, whether it be horror video games to horror movies to anything scary, thriller, all that stuff. And the Alien series is top of my list. Alien and Aliens, the first two films in the series, are two of my all-time favorite. I think for me, the sequel, Aliens by James Cameron, is probably my favorite of all the films. But, you know, the original Alien by Ridley Scott just holds a special place in my heart. I had real high hopes for Prometheus and for Alien Covenant, and those films did not end up panning out the way that I hoped that they would, and the way that I think a lot of fans of the series hoped that they would. Especially in particular Alien Covenant, I just felt a lot of the logic of that film was pretty stupid, just to be completely frank and honest. I thought Prometheus does have some redeeming qualities, and there are aspects of Prometheus that I think are really, really good. And that includes the acting within the film. I believe it's Noomi Rapace was the main female lead in that film, and I thought she was stellar. And the fact that they just kind of offed her by David in the sequel, Alien Covenant, it was frustrating. But neither here nor there. Let's go ahead. We're going to dive into today's official trailer, Alien Romulus. It dropped yesterday. I am stoked to finally watch this. I saw it came out, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to hold off, and I am going to react to it with all of you guys. So hopefully you guys have some fun with this one with me. Please leave your thoughts in the comment section below when you're done with the video. And also hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoy what I do here on the channel. I really, really appreciate it. Also, another big thanks to everyone that has supported the channel, and especially to all those that have supported my recent GoFundMe. I will leave a link to that in the description box below. I won't dive into all the details, but if you do, go ahead and click the link. It has the full story of everything that's going on with me and my family, and a lot of you have helped out and supported in one way or another, and I'm really appreciative of that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into this Alien Romulus official trailer.
Is this really where you want to spend the rest of your life?
You know I don't.
I mean, right off the rip,
Then this is up.
the cinematography is fantastic. I'm gonna try not to stop too much, but I do want to break some of this down. From my understanding, the film is about this group of youths that kind of live on a colony, like almost like Hadley's Hope from Aliens, and you can kind of see that here in the opening shot. And then I believe they hijack or they get on a ship, they steal a ship, something along those lines, and they end up getting off the planet. And their goal is, you know, they don't want to live their entire life on one of these desolate planet colonies. So they end up on the space shuttle, and that's where they end up encountering the xenomorph. I mean, the cinematography is beautiful. Look at that shot. That is a fantastic shot of the planet, the sun coming up. That's awesome.
Then this is our only ticket out of here.
Yeah, and when they get to the space station, that's when obviously they encounter that a lot has gone wrong. A lot has gone wrong. I've watched a few videos. Mr. H Reviews actually does fantastic content. I believe he started his channel based on a lot of alien stuff. I have been a supporter of his channel for years. Absolutely love everything he does. So if you want somebody that really can dive into the lore and everything behind the Alien series, I highly recommend you go out and check out Mr. H Reviews. He does a fantastic job, and his channel is always one of my favorites to tune into and watch what content he has on. And especially when we've got something new, alien related, he does a great job of covering it and really diving into it all. And love the director, Fede Alvarez. Said that in my original. Fede is amazing. I think the Evil Dead remake, Don't Breathe, are just two of my favorite horror films from the last, decade. I think Evil Dead was 2013, so a little bit more than a decade ago, but fantastic films. But I love the look of this. I mean, you can really see Fede is trying to stick with the aesthetic from the first two films. That was a problem I really had with Ridley Scott, with Prometheus and Alien Covenant, is the aesthetic just doesn't fit. The technology doesn't feel like it fits, whereas this looks like it would be, you've got the colony, looks like a colony from Alien or Aliens. I mean, more particularly Aliens is where we actually saw Hadley's Hope. The shuttle, you can see that there's a lot of, I guess the best comparison I can say is if you've ever played the game Alien Isolation, highly underrated horror game, fantastic game. I love it. I can't say enough, so if you never played it, play it. But, I can tell that he even takes inspiration most likely from that game, because that game did an amazing job of truly recreating Ridley Scott's original, imagery and everything that he had for the Alien series. What was that? Okay, so some kind of device. So she's clearly... So there's a few references here I want to point out. First off, is this the black goo? Are we going to get a tie-in from Prometheus and Alien Covenant? I heard that they may have a way to kind of tie the entire lore and everything together. And this makes me wonder what this is on her face. It does look black in nature, which makes me wonder if it's the black goo and if she's being infected that way rather than through a face hugger. But this technology here is pretty cool. She's able to scan herself and see basically what's going on inside her. And you can see she's got some sort of chest burster inside her. Let's see if I can freeze frame that. Yeah, I mean, you can see it trying to break its way out. That's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, I like that. That's awesome. That's creative. Very creative.
What's happening?
Ooh, face huggers in the water.
Something in the water.
What do you mean there's something in the water?
There's just something in the fucking water.
Oh, damn. Yep. That's going to be full impregnation.
Fucking thing's hunting us.
Open the doors!
Oh, man. Like I said, I'm going to try not to stop this too many times. I apologize if I drive you guys nuts with the stops. But, the biggest hope I have for this film and this truly bringing the Alien series back to the glory it once had, a lot of people argue, was Alien 3 any good? It had a troubled production. The director doesn't even, he basically disowns that film. Some people are a big fan of it. Some aren't. I've got my likes and dislikes, but I feel like at least, their killing off Newt, killing off Hicks was really the biggest thing that upset the fan base. I feel like the biggest downfall, though, was Alien Resurrection. I feel like there was a lot they could have done with that film, and I feel like it kind of fell flat and it got really weird, especially at the ending with the Ripley human hybrid alien thing. That did not click with me personally. But, from there, we got the Alien vs. Predator films. I think the first one is decent. The second one is a joke. And, once again, Prometheus, Alien Covenant, we really, truly haven't gotten anything that truly lives up to the standards of the first two Alien films. We just haven't. We have not gotten that. And I'm really hoping Fede is able to bring this back around. And I'm not looking for him. I know some people are probably hoping that, he's able to do something that really elevates the material or takes it to the next level. No, I'm just looking to get the same quality that we had in those first two films and something that perfectly complements them within this film. And the fact that Fede is not afraid to go overboard to an extent with the buckets of blood, the visual effects. I mean, he keeps a lot of this, and from the most part, I've been told, and from watching interviews and everything else, that he's using a lot of practical effects in this. There's stop motion within this film. I love that. As a horror fan, I love the old school way of doing it. I love practical effects. I love that he's trying to keep the same aesthetic from the world from the first two Alien films. I have a lot of high hopes, and I really hope I don't get burned with these high hopes, that this film ends up being great. And I hope it's bloody. I hope it is absolutely intense. And I do hope that there are scenes that shock, just like the first time we ever saw a chest burster come out of somebody's chest. I mean, that was a shocking scene for anybody that was in a movie theater back, when the first Alien film came out. I can only imagine what it was like to sit in a theater and experience that for the first time. I mean, I remember watching the film for the first time, and I didn't see it coming. Obviously, that was years later because the first film came out well before I was born, but, I want to see something in this that blows me away like that. But at the same time, I just want a good story. I want gore. I want it to be scary, thrilling. I want the xenomorph to be scary again. That's the biggest thing. I feel like the xenomorph hasn't been scary in a long time. And a creature like that should be absolutely terrifying. It is absolutely terrifying in the first two films. There is an intensity of fear behind the xenomorph, and we need to bring that back. And I'm really, really hopeful Fede brings it back. And so far, this trailer is fantastic.
Run.
I mean, that's the first time we've ever seen that many xenomorphs chasing down somebody. That's pretty cool. I mean, look at all those xenomorphs. They're bursting through the door back here. This one flies through the air, latches on his face. I love that the visuals and stuff, we can actually get more from the actual face huggers. I mean, visually, yeah, I mean, the visuals, the cinematography, I mean, everything about this looks stunning. I mean, just look at this. Let me see if I can, it's not letting me click ahead a little bit. I mean, look at the visuals. The cinematography, everything looks great. I love the way that he frames these shots. I mean, even the effects with the spaceship and the station. The alien there. Acid. Oh, that's cool.
Are you sure you want to do this?
There we go. There's the big opening at the end. Awesome. Yeah. Wow. August cannot come soon enough. I am stoked for this. I am definitely going to go see this, obviously, in theaters. And I'm definitely going to do a review here on the channel, especially if you guys are interested in that. I mean, I'm probably going to do one anyways. I want to branch out and do some other fun stuff. As far as, reactions and things like this, I don't plan on that being the primary thing I do. I love writing, researching, and telling stories and sharing all that with you guys. But doing stuff like this is a lot of fun for me, and I love diving into these things and talking about them, talking about my love for them, and then at the same time hearing what you all have to say and going through your guys' comments. And I try to respond to every single person's comment. If I ever miss your comment, it's not on purpose. Sometimes the YouTube Studio app doesn't always do the best job of giving me all the notifications of the comments and stuff like that, especially if it's a comment within a comment thread. I don't always get alerted to all of those, so sometimes I got to go scrolling back through and try to find what I missed. But I try to respond to every single person because you guys are what has helped me build this channel to almost 23,000 subscribers since August of last year. And I'm so grateful for that, and I absolutely love doing this, and I love doing fun stuff like this as well. But yeah, I have to say, perfect trailer in my books. I don't really have a complaint. I'm definitely going to watch it back a few times and see what else I could pick out of it, but I feel like it didn't give too much away. We know what the setup is. The setup doesn't need to be overly complicated. Obviously, you've got this group of youths or teens or whatever they are trying to get off of a planet colony because they want a better life. They want to get the hell away from there and find excitement and bring something to their life. And they sure as hell are going to find excitement when they run into the xenomorph on this desolate space station. I wonder what happened in the space station. I wonder why it's abandoned. What's going on with these experiments? Are we going to get tie-ins to the black goo from Prometheus and Alien Covenant? Is there going to be any reference to David? I can't remember exactly where this sits in the timeline off the top of my head, but I was researching that. And I'm interested to find out where all of this is going to kind of come together. But at the end of the day, I just want a great alien film where the xenomorph is scary. And this will hopefully Fede Alvarez will bring us and bring the xenomorph and the alien franchise back to where it needs to be. So I don't want to ramble on too much more with you guys. Once again, I really, really appreciate you guys watching the video. If you enjoy what I do here, please check out some of my other videos. Once again, I do stories as far as horrible fates, true crime stories and mysteries. I go into stories of survival, like unbelievable survival stories. I dive into all kinds of stuff on the channel. I have a ton of content available for you guys to watch if you're new to the channel. So go ahead and check that out. If you enjoy what I do, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and please leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys thought of the trailer. Let me know what you thought of my thoughts on the trailer, and let's start a discussion. And also, liking and leaving comments helps the algorithm, helps push my video out there so more of you can find the channel and tune in and watch. So once again, appreciate it, and I can't thank you all enough. You guys are the best. I have literally the best group of subscribers. My cellar dwellers, you guys are all amazing. And yeah, I will see you guys all back in the cellar. You know what? Let me start that over. Let me start that over. I can definitely say that better. I will see you all again when we head back into the cellar.